Our top story, Supreme Court is going to pronounce the verdict on petitions challenging constitutional validity of electoral bonds. The verdict will come out on Thursday. A 5-judge constitution bench led by Chief Justice of India will deliver the verdict. Remember, the top court had reserved verdict in the case on November 2nd.
Basically, if you are aware, the Supreme Court, it's a 5-judge bench which constitutes of the Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud, Mr. Sanjeev Khanna, B.R. Gavai, G.P. Pardiwal and Manoj Mishra. So they had reserved the verdict on the 2nd of November. There were, basically two arguments. The main petitioner in this case was the Association for Democratic Reform, the Communist Party of India Marxist and Dr. Jaya Thakur, who were questioning the amendments introduced to the Finance Act against the electoral bond scheme. Some of the things which were said that it was infringing on the voters' right to information, and also contended that, the scheme contributed to allowing shell companies to come in. In this context, the union government defended the scheme, saying that it was a method to ensure white money is used for political funding, and it was necessary to keep the identity of the donors confidential so that they don't face any retribution from political parties. But during the hearing, the Constitution bench raised several pertinent questions to the central government about the scheme, about the selective anonymity, as well as also, how it legalizes kickbacks for parties. And it also said, to a great extent, that, while the center, ruling party gets information, the opposition parties do not get the same right to information.
Now, marking a significant milestone for the Indian community in the Middle East, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated Abu Dhabi's first Hindu temple, which is also the largest in the region. Spread over 27 acres and built at a cost of over 700 crores, the BAPS Hindu Temple is also seen as a sign of deepening relationship between India and the United Arab Emirates. Speaking after inaugurating the temple, Prime Minister Modi said that UAE has scripted a golden chapter in human history.
भव्य मंदिर का स्वप्न साकार करने में अगर सबसे बड़ा सहयोग किसी का है तो मेरे ब्रदर हिज हाइनेस शेख मोहम्मद बिन जायद का है। मुझे पता है कि प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ यूएई की पूरी गवर्नमेंट ने कितने बड़े दिल से करोड़ों भारतवासियों की इच्छा को पूरा किया है, और इन्होंने सिर्फ यहां नहीं 140 करोड़ हिंदुस्तानियों के दिल को जीत लिया।
We are now inside the sanctum sanctorum of the BAPS Temple in Abu Dhabi, the temple which has been inaugurated by the Prime Minister with the message of love, harmony and also about coexistence. Let me speak to some of the volunteers who are here to explain to us these beautiful, magnificent carvings that we are seeing on this Italian marble. Tell us about it.
Basically, this is the inner part of the temple. We call it a sanctum. And I think wherever your eye can go, you can see the absolutely brilliant and amazing architecture here. So I think this is, you can say, we heard about the 7 wonders of the world. But if you want to put this temple in the same category, definitely you can put it.
Okay, so tell us about this dome. What makes it so special?
This is a dome of harmony, and in harmony. As you can see, there are different levels. As we know, there's 5 elements, the basic 5 elements, which we believe in, like we know, right? So there's an earth element, where it is repeated with the cows. It was the mother cow. Then you can see the layer of water with the conch there, shrunk, and then there is a tej. This is like with the sun you are showing it, and the vayu is with the speed. You can show with the how the deers are running, and then there's the akash. Akash, where you can see the different moon. In the moon you can see the full moon also and the new moon also.
Yes, and I believe there is that every pillar is unique. Yeah. No 2 pillars are the same. And Mursaleen, if you can come in here, tell us about what makes each and every pillar so different, and what are these pillars? These are small pillars in the main pillar. This is pillar of pillars.
So you can see there are so many pillars, more than 1400 pillars are there, and you can see all the pillars are different. Like some are thin, some are little thick. So when two people work, there will be little difference. But then it is like even though there's a difference, they make a big pillar. So that you can take moral in that the different pillars are there, but ultimately it makes a big pillar. Yeah.
Yes. So, as we have seen, this is a very unique architecture with each and every pillar perhaps signifying a great cultural connect, great civilizational depiction, be it the civilization of India, the Egyptian civilization. So a lot of thought has gone into it, and now with the inauguration, there is this hope certainly that India-UAE relationship will reach the next level. With that, the Prime Minister's UAE trip is over. This is his last diplomatic visit in his second term. And as he said to all those who had gathered at the Alan Modi event, that he is hopeful and confident that he will be back with a third term.
Shifting focus now, and the stalemate continues between farmers and the centre over the farmers' Delhi Chalo protest, with yet another meeting turning out to be inconclusive. There is another meeting set to take place on Thursday in Chandigarh. Union Ministers Piyush Goyal, MOS Agriculture Arjun Munda and MOS Home Nityanand Rai will be in Chandigarh for the meeting. After the meeting, which took place on Wednesday, farmers said that they are willing to continue talks but should not be attacked. Centre, meanwhile, has appealed to farmers to ensure that the public at large does not suffer due to the protests.
केंद्र का रवैया ठीक नहीं है। हम अपनी तौर से कर रहे हैं भी, हम पीसफुली बैठते हैं। आप वार्ता करिए, वार्ता में क्या बात आती है क्या नहीं आती है उसके बाद सोचेंगे। अगर बात टूटेगी तो हम अपना फैसला कर लेंगे भी आगे बढ़ना है, आप अपना कर लीजिए। जब हम अपनी तौर से कर रहे हैं भी, हम वार्ता के लिए तैयार हो रहे हैं और हम कह रहे हैं भी हम पीसफुली बैठेंगे, आज आगे नहीं बढ़ेंगे, तो उस समय केंद्र को शेलिंग हमारे ऊपर करनी नहीं चाहिए। तो
किसानों को इस बात का भी ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा, खास करके वैसे संगठनों के नेताओं को जो किसान संगठन से जुड़ करके इस तरह की बातें कह रहे हैं, तो आम जनजीवन को बाधित ना करे, आम जनजीवन किसी तरह से परेशान ना हो। एक सामान्य लोगों के लिए कठिनाई पैदा करना, मैं समझता हूं कि इससे समस्या का समाधान के बजाय समस्या और अधिक उलझती है।
On that note, we'll slip into a short break. News and updates will continue on the other side. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Now in West Bengal, there was more political action over the Sandesh Khali allegations, with state BJP chief Shukanto Majumdar being hospitalized during a scuffle with the police, who stopped him from entering the area, which has become the latest flashpoint between TMC and BJP. NDTV visited Sandesh Khali and spoke to a few women who have complained of harassment at the hands of the local TMC strongman's aides, which has led to the flare-up.
Bengal BJP chief Shukanto Majumdar injured in a scuffle with the police as he tried to reach Sandesh Khali. He was rushed to a hospital and then shifted to Kolkata for treatment. BJP has been protesting over what they claim the TMC-ruled Bengal government's attempt to silence women in Sandesh Khali. According to the BJP, these women have alleged they have been sexually assaulted and abused by a local strongman's aides.
We have announced the Gherao movement of SP office. Police is trying to obstruct us.
The TMC says the BJP wants to create trouble as peace is returning to the area.
भाजपा के नेतृत्व में एक प्रतियोगिता चल रहा है, कंपटीशन चल रहा है कि कौन कौन बड़ा नेता है, कौन संदेश खाली तक पहुंच सकता है। आज जो राष्ट्रीय स्तर की जो महिला कमीशन आए हैं, उनके सदस्य गए थे, वो लोग भी कह रहे थे कि ऐसा यौन शोषण, सामूहिक यौन शोषण महिलाओं पे ऊपर नहीं हुआ है। इसके बाद सुकांतो मजुमदार क्या सुनने के लिए वेट कर रहे हैं?
In Sandesh Khali, an uneasy calm prevails as the women who have complained of harassment live in fear. None of them want to reveal their identity for fear of persecution. While NDTV did not find any woman who had complained of rape, most of them complained of harassment.
অবশ্যই এখানে এসব ঘটনা ঘটেছে, না হলে এখানকার মহিলারা এসব কথা বলবে কেন? আপনারা ভালো করে তদন্ত করে দেখুন যে এখানে সত্যি সত্যি মহিলাদের উপর অত্যাচার অবশ্যই হচ্ছে, নাহলে একজোটে মহিলারা বেরোবে কেন রাস্তায়? আজকে মেয়ে বউরা সবাই যে যা পারছে তাই নিয়ে হাতে নিয়ে রাস্তায় বেরিয়ে একজোট হয়ে বলছে একটা কথা। তারা কি সবাই মিথ্যা কথা বলছে? তারা নিশ্চয়ই সত্যি আছে এর মধ্যে কিছু।
আপনারা কি এখনো ভয়ে বসবাস করছেন?
অবশ্যই ভয় তো অবশ্যই আছি আমরা।
তারপর মেয়েদেরকে ডেকে নিয়ে যে মিটিং মিছিল করবে, সময় নেই অসময় নেই, দিন নেই রাত নেই, যখন ডাকবে তখন যেতে হবে। আমাদের গ্রামের মহিলারা ডাকতে আসে, আমরা যদি না যাই তারা আমাদের হুমকি দেয়।
মহিলারা যদি না যেতে চায় তাদেরকে জোর করে নিয়ে যাবে, আরও উদাহরণ দিবে যে লক্ষ্মীর ভান্ডার দিচ্ছি, আয়লা চাল দিচ্ছি, দিদি এইগুলো দিচ্ছে, তার দিদির খাচ্ছ, ডাকলে মিটিংয়ে যাবা না কেন? মিটিং মিছিলে যেতে হবে, যখন ডাকবো তখন যেতে হবে, রাত্রেও ডাকলে রাত্রেও যেতে হবে, নাহলে তুলে নিয়ে যাব।
যারা শারীরিক অত্যাচারের একটা অভিযোগ এসছে, মহিলাদের বিরুদ্ধে শারীরিক অত্যাচার, এটা আপনাদের কারোর সাথে কি এইভাবে অত্যাচার হয়েছে, কিছু করেছে?
হ্যাঁ, অত্যাচার করছে তো, হচ্ছে কিনা মহিলাদেরকে করতো না, স্বামীদেরকে নিয়ে গিয়ে আর পার্টি সফিসে মারতো, কোদাল বেটে ধরে, কোদাল বেটে মারতো যদি না যেত। আমরা যদি
মহিলারা না যায় অফিস
মিটিংয়ে, যদি আমরা যদি না যেতাম, বাড়িতে এসে আমাদের ছেলেদের তুলে নিয়ে গিয়ে পার্টি অফিসে গিয়ে আমাদের বাধ্য হয়ে যেতে হতো, তখন আমাদের বাধ্য হয়ে যেতে হতো।
Several women we spoke to in Sandeshkhali who refused to reveal their identity as they were living in fear said they would often be called to this party office on the pretext of some work or some meeting. The BJP says these women were sexually harassed on the pretext of these meetings, and this has become the latest flashpoint in what has transpired in Sandeshkhali over the last few days. With camera person Aniruddha Tripathi in Sandeshkhali, North 24 Parganas, Saurabh Gupta, NDTV.
News from the south now. And Tamil Nadu Assembly adopted a resolution against the One Nation, One Poll proposal, making the state the first one to pass such a resolution. Chief Minister Stalin, in fact, said that the One Nation, One Election proposal is anti-democratic.
மக்களால் நிராகரிக்கப்பட உள்ள நாடாளுமன்ற மெஜாரிட்டி உள்ளோரின் சுயநலத்திற்கு
Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin has fired the first salvo by any state assembly on the delimitation of constituencies and the plan for One Nation, One Poll. The Chief Minister said Tamil Nadu would lose seats in Parliament and in the State Assembly if the two controversial proposals were implemented. He said it's against democratic decentralization, as they would penalize states who effected population control measures while rewarding those that failed. The Tamil Nadu Assembly has unanimously adopted two resolutions opposing delimitation and One Nation, One Poll.
இருக்கும்போதே ஒன்றிய அரசிடம் கெஞ்சி கொண்டு இருக்கிறோம். இதிலும் குறைந்தால் என்னாகும்? தமிழ்நாடு கோரிக்கை வைக்கும் பலத்தை எடுக்கும், அவருடைய சக்தி இழக்கும், அதனால் உரிமைகள் இழக்கும். இதனால் தமிழ்நாடு பின்தங்கிவிடும்.
The resolution against delimitation drew support from the opposition, even the BJP, though they support One Nation, One Poll.
Population control has been effectively carried out here in the entire south. So we should not be penalized. This is the entire state is of the opinion that has to be considered properly. While taking the decision, this yardstick has to be different.
While the delimitation exercise could exponentially increase seats in northern states, for southern states that are largely opposition ruled and doing well in key educational and economic parameters, it's a question of losing their power, strength and even relevance largely. For the ruling DMK, this has given ammunition to its poll narrative that's targeted at the BJP. In Chennai with Suresh, Sam Daniel, Find TV.
6 weeks to prove corruption charges or pay up outstanding dues. This is what the Karnataka High Court told the Congress government in the state. The Congress party had alleged big corruption involving deals with contractors in the previous BJP government. The Karnataka High Court has now directed the Siddaramaiah government to either complete probe into the 40% commission allegations within 6 weeks or pay the dues of the contractors.
The Karnataka High Court has given 6 weeks to the state Congress government to complete the probe into allegations made against the previous BJP government that they demanded and took 40% as bribe from contractors or pay up the dues to them.
The larger issue is that the entire government machinery during the previous regime was accused of taking 40% to release bills. Court may say so many things because the full facts must be placed before the Honorable Court. Judges also must know the facts. When there is an allegation of 40% commission, he says the person who has given commission also will give the bill, is it?
The Congress had mounted a strong campaign against the BJP in the run-up to assembly elections last year, dubbing the then BJP government a 40% commission sarkar. Chief Minister Siddaramaiah had constituted a commission headed by former High Court Judge Nagmohan Das, but the probe has not been completed yet.
We knew it from day one that this is a hit and run case. They said there's a 40% sarkar, PACM, all these things before the elections, and they have not come up with any kind of proof to say that there was a 40% commission being in the whole process. A 40% commission was being given. They could not prove it. They can't prove it also.
Earlier this month, the Karnataka Contractors Association had alleged that the corruption culture is continuing even in the Congress regime. The haste that the Congress showed in running the campaign alleging 40% commission against the previous BJP government in the run-up to the assembly election has now lost momentum once the Congress came to power in Karnataka. With parliament elections coming soon, the party is likely to face the heat on this issue. With camera person Kumar Pratibaraman in Bengaluru for NDTV.